Welcome back to episode 35, the Jiu-Jitsu Dummies podcast. We're sponsored by Fightback CBD. Get 15% off your CBD order at fightbackcbd.com with code JJD. My name is Milton Campis. I'm a purple belt out of Fight Sports in Coral Springs, down in South Florida. You can check me out on Instagram at Uncle Milty BJJ. Joining me for co-hosting duties is this man right here, Drew Phoenix. Say hello, everybody.
What's up, everybody?
What's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
Chilling, man.
It's been a while, man. We haven't had you on since like we were in the conference room.
In the conference
like episode 4.
Oh no, I did come back with Alex for Substars.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You did come back to my we shot in the lab. So that's right, man. I forgot about that.
11, I think.
Yeah. It's a lot has happened.
Yeah.
Since you came on, new gym,
A&M BJJ.
Where is it?
It's in Fort Lauderdale. We are running our jiu-jitsu school out of Hard Knocks 365. Right next to Extreme Action Park, Commercial 95.
And you just had a fight to win appearance?
Yeah, dude. Oh, yeah.
Tell us about it.
I got my ass whooped, right?
So now, was this the guy you had messaged me? I don't know if you put it out there. I don't know if we spoke about it. That this guy, he didn't know your given name. Is this the same guy? You were friends with him, and he might not have taken the fight because you guys are friends. If he would have known it was you,
yeah, maybe.
Or maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he didn't know it was me, and then Seth asked him if he wanted to fight Andrew Cuthbert, not Drew Phoenix, and he said yeah. So then Seth messages me, and he's like, "Hey, do you want to fight Mateo?" And I'm like, "This Mateo?" I sent him his Instagram. He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, I hit up Mateo. I'm like, "Mateo, you realize that you agreed to fight me, right?" And he's like, "Oh shit, for real?" But whatever, it's a friendly thing. We're old teammates. But yeah, he came out and he did exactly what he was supposed to do. He would not let me wrestle him, and he would not let me play any type of guard. He's real heavy, and he did good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You be out there again?
Oh, hell yeah.
Is that your second appearance?
No, it's my first fight to win. I did a Substars back in December. Right? It was like a little tournament. It was no time limit. Submission only. Okay. And I won that match.
Okay.
So I did the ass whooping on that one.
That was with that was D Mello, right?
No.
Which one was that?
That was with against Wanderson.
Okay.
And some other guy.
All right.
He it's 14 minutes and I ended up heel hooking him. But I felt really good for that match. My wrestling was good. My leg attacks were good, and I ended up getting him with the outside heel hook.
Yeah.
So, that's the name of the game. Sometimes you're the one on the highlight reel doing the ass whooping, and then sometimes you're getting your ass kicked.
Junior says sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail.
You're the nail, man, and it's all good.
All right.
It's the mentality, right? Because that whole thing where it's like watch your thoughts because they become your actions. Watch your actions because they become your habits. Watch your habits because they become your life. So if I think I'm a champion, I have the actions of a champion and my habits of a champion and my life as a champion. So even if I lose, I still have that in my mind. So I just keep going. Yeah. So I'm keep going because I
call that the power. I mean, it's like the power of the secret. Like believe it. If I believe it in here, I'm gonna manifest it here. Similar,
Yeah. Because you're just gonna act. You're just gonna okay, I'm just gonna keep going. Rather than like when I win or lose, I don't get like super excited. Like if you look at like. When I get my hand raised, my face is straight, right? When I don't, my face is the same because you can't be defined by your wins or your losses because then your ego gets all up in it. And it's just like, well, yeah. So it's like, all right, on to the next one. I show respect to my opponent and keep it going.
All right. So last but not least, we got Bo behind the camera. Say hello to everyone.
What's up, everyone?
And joining us in just a little bit is BJJ black belt and Titan FC flyweight champion Juan Puerta. So stay tuned, everybody. Let's give a shout out to one of our newest sponsors real quick. We want to welcome Tekneek.io, TEKNEEK.io. That's the Instagram handle, and that's the .com where you can go to the website there. So it's Tekneek.io. Think of Cameo for martial arts. I
You put me in
you
contact.
together with that Alex. Yeah. So
We haven't spoke yet.
yeah, it's a really cool platform. So you can, as a competitor or anyone of any level, you can send them. You can upload your training video, a competition video, and you can choose a pro to give you some feedback. So they got guys like Robert Drysdale, Rob from McDojo Life. You know, they're adding new people every single day. But for us, we're on there. And I told us, I was like, listen, you know, I'm a purple belt. You know, one of my co-hosts is a blue belt. I don't know if anybody's coming to us to critique technique. Said, I'd like to do a funny take on it. So he's like, you can do whatever you want. Everybody has their own personality. They'll have their own style. So definitely, if you want to have, and we're trying to take some of them and actually review them on the show, which we're going to do on the next episode. We're going to do one. So actually, Miguel gave me a video that we're going to put up. But, you know, we're going to just critique it in our own way. We did one on the last episode. We, you know, joked around a little bit, but we gave some honest critique from our level. So if you've got any listeners out there that want to upload, again, just go to tekneek.io. We charge $5 for, you know, everybody sets their price like Cameo. We were charging $5. You'll upload your video, give us some instructions, ask us some questions that, you know, maybe things you want us to address. And then we're going to, you know, if we can, we're actually at the end of the episode, we're going to do it live on the show.
Oh, that's
so
dope.
You'll not only get the video back through Technique, but you're actually going to we'll make you famous on the podcast. That way.
It'll be funny to do my fight to win fight. 'Cause when we were trying to take each other down, we both kept shooting it at the same time, collided heads twice.
Oh, you did, right? Yeah, you can't. Did you come out with a cut?
A little cut right here. It wasn't nothing serious. If you look at it, after the match, the ref was like, "Yo, you got a cut on your eye." I was like, "All right, cool." And he's like, "No, you should go get." I'm like, "Bro, all right, cool." I was lost. Like, I don't want to talk to you right now.
All right, huge shout out to Flow and Roll at flow_n_roll on Instagram. Get 20% off your online order with code JJD at flowandroll.com. Patreon. If you haven't checked us out yet, you can go to patreon.com/Jiu-Jitsu Dummies. Shout out to current patrons and some of our new gym sponsors. You can actually have us give you your gym a shout out, so you can gift it to your gym, or you can, if you're a gym owner, we'll shout you out just like this. So Carlson Gracie, Broward County in North Lauderdale,
Zizinho.
down here in Florida. Yes, you know them, right?
Yeah.
Carlson Gracie, BrowardCounty.com. Go check them out. They offer Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, MMA, boxing, wrestling, judo for men, women, children. And they do feature like some special training for BJJ competitions.
Yeah,
so,
and you know, Zizinho and Big J, they are some really good dudes.
I actually saw some pictures of you with Big J the other day. I was like, oh, it's small world.
Yeah, but
yeah,
they're great guys over there.
Yeah. Also, John Way, who was a guest on our last show, they're also a Patreon podcast patron. John Way Martial Arts in Plantation, Florida. You can check them out at johnwaymartialarts.com. They feature Wing Chun, Kung Fu, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, Choi Lafoot Kung Fu, San Shao, MMA conditioning. This is new for me. So Kali Eskrima, I think it's called. That's knife fighting and cardio kickboxing. They offer morning, afternoon, and evening classes for children, teens, and adults. Okay, so check them out. Podcast patrons also include Robert Walker, Frank House, Wolsey Rivera, BOA Athletics. You can check them out at BOA_athletics. Michael Pixley Jr., Jason Smiley, Britt Tavar, James Fisher, CJ Carroll, Mission 22, Chuck Reddor, and our friend down here, Roberto Santiago. Okay, again, if you'd like to support the show, I mean, you can do it for as little as a recurring donation of $5 a month. You can visit us at patreon.com/Jiu-Jitsu Dummies. You're also, if you're a patron, you're also automatically entered to win $100. It's a raffle that we do every single month. It's $100 of Jiu-Jitsu swag, either from our podcast store or maybe a combination of stuff from our sponsor, us, maybe even some Fight Back CBD. So go check it out. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share wherever you're watching and listening. If you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget to click the little bell on our page to get the notifications each time we launch a new video. That's always cool. All right, that's everything. All right, let's get Juan in here.
Let's
you ready?
get him.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, guys, joining us today is Jiu-Jitsu black belt and Titan FC flyweight champion Juan Puerta. How you doing, Juan?
What's going on, guys? Nice to meet y'all.
You too.
Thanks for having me. I'm doing good, man.
Very welcome. I appreciate you being here. Sorry, we're always running. I'm always apologizing that we're a little late, so no worries. I got Drew here with me today. Drew is a black belt down here in South Florida. I don't know if you guys have ever crossed paths before.
Nah.
No, not yet. Okay.
Where do you train at, Drew?
I got my own school, A&M Jiu-Jitsu, and it's a jiu-jitsu school that's ran out of Hard Knocks 365.
Oh, nice, man. Okay, cool. Right around the corner from it.
You're still where are you? So I saw the number that you called from. That says Atlanta, but you're down here in South Florida still.
I'm in South Florida. I moved down here to train a top team, and yeah, man, it's been good for me. I haven't been able to work so jiu-jitsu is my base, but I haven't been able to really focus so much on the tournament style jiu-jitsu. But the MMA grappling jiu-jitsu I've been working on a lot, and I plan on getting back to that competition tournament style jiu-jitsu here when I'm done fighting, but just focusing on one thing at a time.
Well, if you ever want to cross train, where we're at.
Of course. Hey, man, I would love that. It's always picking off, being a sponge, picking off people's brain. So
yeah, I got you on the leg locks.
I need that work, man. I need that leg lock work.
I got you.
So you're training down here at ATT in Coconut Creek still?
Yeah, I'm at Coconut Creek under Parumpa, and just grinding every day with those killers and just getting better. I've been on a 10-fight win streak since I moved down, so it's been a good move for me.
Wow, that's like a shark in the sea of sharks.
Congrats.
Really is.
There's some big names over there, man. Wow. So let's start from the beginning. Let's go back for a little bit. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
All right. No, we just got Peter Yan as an addition, and man, he's a killer.
Yeah. Wow. So how did you get your start in martial arts? When did you start? How did this all come about?
And I started wrestling. I'm actually my base is wrestling, and when I started wrestling in high school, got pretty good by my senior year. Wrestled a little bit in college, won state titles in high school, and was decent in college, but after my first year, I really wasn't much of a team anymore, so it was just kind of more individual, and I don't know, I just kind of lost the love for it and got into jiu-jitsu and fighting that next year after I graduated high school.
And is that all up in Atlanta?
Yeah, in Atlanta. I joined Roland Carnero's gym, Jucal, and that's how I'm under a black belt under. I don't know if y'all heard of him.
No, I haven't heard.
Roland Carnero, we fought UFC, BJJ black belt under Carlson.
Carnero sounds familiar. That sounds familiar to me. So how long have you been training just BJJ now? How old are you?
Man, I'm 33. I just turned 33. I've been training since I was 19.
Oh wow,
nice.
All right. Yeah. So how far did you take the wrestling? Did you just through high school? Did you take it
15 till 19, and then my base was really good. Like I said, I was really good at wrestling, and then got jumped straight into jiu-jitsu. I was already beating guys that are blue and purple, but just off my wrestling, and just advanced quick in it, really was I don't know, just picked up really quick on it.
When did you make the transition to MMA? Was that a conscious decision? Were you encouraged by coaches? Was it something you always wanted to do?
I was wrestling a tournament, and this guy came up to me afterwards. I really won big in that tournament, and the guy came up to me and said, "Hey, you want to fight in 30 days?" I was like, "Fight? I don't know." And then I went in there, I weighed in at 126, fought at 145, and yeah, I got taken into the second round. I got finished, but hey, I was just wrestling the crap out of him. I didn't know how to throw a punch or anything, and I ended up getting finished. I learned the hard way, but I loved it and been at it ever since. I had to learn some jiu-jitsu and then start arm barring everybody.
So have you always been like that? Like you just take on a challenge like that? Because 125 to 145, that's a big jump, especially not knowing how to strike.
Exactly. I don't know. I was kind of getting thrown into I don't know. I guess they liked the guy. I don't know, but man, I like the challenges. I've always been the small guy, and getting picked on by the bigger guys. Got to show them what's up,
So the flyweight division in Titan FC is what, 116 to 125?
It's 125.
125. What do you walk around at normally?
I walk around 142.
So how's that weight cut for you?
Yeah, it's all right, man. I've been used to cutting weight my whole life. Just easy. you get used to the weight cuts and the diets and the struggling, you know.
So now you said you're on a win streak. What's the current MMA record?
I'm 21-6 right now.
Wow.
Nice.
I'm on 10-fight win streak. I got 12 finishes, and yeah, we're gonna keep going, man.
Do you hear that? Can you hear that? Is that the UFC knocking?
I hope so.
Is that what's next? I know that. Let me put two things together. I understand. Like you have some new management. Did you get a new management team? Is that part of this? It's time.
They're trying to get me in there. Mick wants to see me do one more, so I actually just signed a big contract yesterday. I'm fighting a 2-time UFC vet on April 30th for Combate, and I think they're trying to see right there what's gonna happen there, and if I'm really ready for the UFC next level. I don't know why Mick wants to see me do. I've won 10 in a row. Most people get signed winning 3 in a row, but
yeah.
Hey man, some people have different journeys, and I'm down for the challenge. I want to see how I do against this guy too. So, hey man, can't keep waiting for the shot. I just got to go in there and keep winning and wrecking these guys until I get in.
Can you share the name? Who's the opponent?
And yeah, I don't honestly why not. I'm fighting Joby Sanchez, 2-time UFC vet. He fought a Contender Series 2, and hey man, I fought a lot of tough guys in the UFC, and I think it'll be a good name for me to get a win over.
So Titan FC, Combate. Do you have a belt? Do you have another belt in another organization right now?
I have a belt in Cage Aggression, and it's an Iowa promotion in Quad Cities where Pat Milicic is from, and then Titan FC down here. But hey man, we're going. These titles. Hey, I want to be in the UFC. That's the ultimate goal.
That's the title you want.
And then start getting into some IBJJF.
There you go. What do you guys think about these new rules? I know you know about the leg lock rules, Drew. Do you know? Have you followed this one? Do you know like the changes that they just made?
Actually, it happened a few months ago, right? They were now going to start allowing leg locks.
Yeah. So for brown and black adult divisions, they're allowing like reaping and heel hooks. You just can't Imanari roll, which I thought was like weird because they say that it's a guard pull initiated, but you don't touch first.
Yeah.
So whatever, but but brown black heel hooks and all the twisting footlocks are allowed, but not masters.
So I mean, if you see, he's got his shirt on over here from DD214, a friend of the show. It says "real wrist locks and heel hooks" is what his shirt says. I don't know if you could see that before, but I know you can't see him right now. But so Drew, you specifically, I know there came a point. I think you said when you met DeMello, right?
Yeah, I fought him in a tournament.
You fought him in a tournament, and then you started kind of on the leg. Were you doing leg locks? Like, was it something that was taught to you before that?
Nah.
And that was at like brown belt, right?
Yeah, I got up to brown belt just doing mainly gi.
Yeah.
And at Substars, I was facing Tony, and Tony's a big leg locker, and somehow like I pulled off the victory on him. Like I beat him in overtime, just a takedown. But we connected so much because that match was nuts.
Yeah.
And so I started training with him, and I started taking privates with him, and I just wanted to learn legs. And then I was like, fuck the gi. I want to learn how to leg lock.
And that's all at brown belt, right?
Yeah.
So this is my question. I know I wanted to pick his brain on that, but you as well, Juan. What are your guys' thoughts on? Let me say it this way. My gym is just starting to recognize, and it's not a bad thing. Like they usually don't start teaching leg stuff till about purple. Like mid purple, then you're going to start. But now they're recognizing that all the organizations are changing. So now we've got white belts and blue belts. He's teaching leg locks, and it's more the basic stuff. But we usually kept it away from the whites and the blue. What are your thoughts on that, Juan?
And I think they're working big time now. I think it's a whole new game, jiu-jitsu. I think people are getting so good at it, and now they're only starting to work leg locks, and that's so hard to defend, man. And honestly freaks me out sometimes too. I get in some of these positions. It's really tough, but hey, man, it's a new game. It's a new breed of like jiu-jitsu. I feel like back in the day, they Brazilians used to get upset if you go for their legs.
Yeah.
Back in the day, now the old school guys don't like it now either.
Yeah, you go for my legs, we're fighting. I'm gonna punch you. But now it's like everyone's going for legs.
Yeah. What about you? I mean, now that you've experienced that, now that you're on that journey at at your level now,
Yeah.
or you're teaching. I saw some pictures. I saw some
Yeah,
videos. You're
nah.
teaching even white belts.
Bro, my school, we heel hook white belts because my white belts know heel hooks. That's what it is. Because I show it to them, but I tell them like don't depend on it. It's supplemental. So make it a supplement to your passing game. Right? You show them you could pass, but then let's say you don't get the sub, and then like show like fake the pass and fall back. But don't just fall back every time you see a leg.
Yeah.
So I like to focus in like on a well-rounded game.
Yeah.
But my two avenues of submission are back attacks and leg locks.
Yeah, I'm with Juan though. I see them coming and I'm like, oh, I just came back from an ACL MCL injury. So the day before I went into quarantine, I was rolling with my coach and I blew out my knee.
Oof.
So luckily, I was still out for a long time, but luckily it went from tears to sprains. My doc, I was like, really, doc? You telling me? I mean, that's a big difference, but I healed up. I'm good. But now I am a little nervous when I do see like a blue belt going for my, my leg. I'm like, I'm not concerned. I'm just concerned he's not going to know how to do it. He's going to wrench it too hard, or he's just going to do something wrong. I feel like I'm comfortable defending, but it's not me. It's my opponent that is going to screw something up.
You just got to know where you're safe.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just like any other submission, right? Like if you catch an arm bar and you crank it, you're going to hurt the person, just like with the heel hook or a straight foot lock.
I don't even like play too much with it. Like if I feel like they got it, I'm tapping right away. I'll let my pride go with those heel hooks and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can't have a lot of ego. You can't have a lot of ego in the leg game, can you? Right?
Nah, there's very little time.
You can leave that shit at the door.
Yeah.
I feel like it's more dangerous, like with knee lockdowns and stuff. Like I tore my ACL with a knee lockdown. I never torn it with like leg locks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Getting in a mean knee lockdown, trying to like slide your knee out. That's how I tore my ACL.
Yeah, mine was my coach had me in a lockdown. I had him in a cross collar. I was like laying on top of him in a cross collar. I'm like, I finally got him. I'm about to tap him, and he like took the lockdown out and tried to sweep me. And I was supposed to go, and he looked at me. He's like, "You okay? Are you okay?" Pop, and I was like, "Oh shit, nope, guess I'm not okay." Yeah. And I didn't, but I didn't understand. I didn't understand the sweep. I didn't understand what he was doing. I felt it, but it didn't hurt, and I just didn't know. So, like you said, like your students know heel hooks. I didn't know that, so I didn't know. Oh, I should probably roll here.
Yeah,
I should probably give this up.
Or you just got to straighten out your foot. But I mean, we'll talk about that later.
We'll talk.
But Juan, do anybody like? Have you ever had anybody try to attack your legs in the cage?
In the cage, no, not too much in the cage.
Okay.
I've gotten like more like 10th Planet style, like the rubber guards and stuff like that. But never like leg locks. But actually, I trained with Alexander Pantoja, and he was training with she's Catel's wife.
Oh, Matsuda.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Jazari. She's mean. She's
exactly.
good.
She started showing us a lot of leg locks, and now Pantoja's gotten where that's all he goes for when I get on top of him. And it's like really frustrating. It's hard to hold. I'm always having to defend now because he's going for the legs, and so man. But when I roll with her, she goes for my legs a lot and practices, and she's mean with it. It's really nice. She's 115 pounds, and it's like this woman gets on into your legs. Like, oh man.
Yeah. She's a submission machine. She just goes after one right after the other. It's cool.
Exactly.
So how has let's talk about a little bit about COVID. How did that mess up your journey here with Titan FC? I think one of the fights that I was watching, I was doing a little research yesterday. It was down in the DR. Are they normally outside of the U.S. or they're usually inside the U.S. and they went outside because of COVID?
I won my world title with Titan in Kazakhstan. Fought there in Kazakhstan in front of 15,000 people. That was like one of the best experiences I've ever had. But I defended here, and then I defended in DR, and then I signed with Combate. I signed a big contract with Combate, and I was fighting March 13th. And on March 9th, COVID, they shut down basically most of the country. And March 13th, my fight got canceled. So I was fighting my big fight, fighting Ivan Lopez, and I had started my 4-fight contract. And And I didn't get to pay. I didn't get to fight. I didn't get nothing. And they just kept postponing. Okay, you're going to fight for a title now. June. COVID still is bad. And so I was just asked for a release for the time being. And then I fought for Caged Aggressions, won the title there. And then I fought 2 times again for Titan. I fought in November 22nd, and then December 17th, so 26 days apart. And then, fought in DR the first time, and then fought in Miami in December. And hey, man, COVID's been all right. It's a different experience. In DR, very quiet. They started to let fans in here in December, and so it was starting to get back to normal. But
Okay.
the training's been the difference, and it's just trying to stay healthy. I mean, I got COVID, I think twice, and it was I think it's from rolling with everybody.
Did you really get sick for real? You got sick?
I got COVID twice, but I mean, hey man, it wasn't even like the first time I was just like really like tired for like 2 days, and that's it. And then the second time it was like my body recovered quick on it. Yeah.
Did you get tested? Do you know 100%?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, you did.
So the natural antibodies work. We got proof right there.
They only work for. I think they only work for a little time being. I think they only work for a few months because I got mine in April, and then I got it again in when was it? After August. Yeah.
My producer Bo, same thing, right? What was it? December last year? Before the shutdown, you got really sick. I got sick once, but I got tested and they said no. Got the antibody test, no.
It was like a week of being sick and then a whole month of like hacking cough.
Wow, yeah. That sounds like COVID.
I got my black belt in September, and I got COVID in September.
Did you? You got it too? Yeah. Oh, bro.
Right after I got my black belt.
Damn. It was the guy that was on the black belt.
I know, right?
When did you get your black belt?
September.
Nice, bro. Congrats, bro. Still pretty.
Thank you.
Yeah, congrats.
Yes, sir. Who are you under?
Kenny Grandino.
Nice, dude.
Yeah,
My first coach.
Yeah,
my first coach. Now I'm at Fight Sports. I saw. I don't know. We shook hands once at Fight Sports that Saturday that you came in.
Yeah.
But I didn't. We didn't roll. I usually when I see a brand new black belt come in, I always got to watch them roll for at least a couple times first.
Bro, you just throw yourself in the fire.
That's me. We had an open mat 3 weeks ago.
Rough.
You came into that one. We had I don't know if you were at this one. We did like a Christmas they did a little Christmas party on a Sunday, and we had a lot of people come in. 3 people who were not from our school came in. We had 2 knee injuries and like a back injury. And they all were rolling with each other. So it was these new people or visitors rolling with each other. And that just solidified my I feel like when you have 2 people that don't know each other, especially in an open mat situation, you go a little harder. You try to, we're told to take it easy. In my gym, at least, we have visitors come in. Take it easy. Don't try to rip anybody's heads off. This isn't ADCC. Try to go a flow roll. But sometimes we have visitors that come in and they feel like nobody knows what level to go at. Am I wrong? I see that and I'm like, I usually let me watch them roll a couple of times, say hello, smile, shake a hand, and then roll with somebody brand new. I'm a little gun shy after the knee injury, so.
Yeah.
You're looking at me like I'm a fucking pussy. You're just jump in there, bro.
No, I mean my gym open mats on Sundays. I mean we just try to go rip each other's heads off, and it's all good.
I like ripping my training partners. Yeah, we'll rip each other's heads off, but we kind of know because we know the game a little bit.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't know if somebody's gonna do something stupid. I don't know how far they're gonna take it. You know what I mean? So I usually like to
such a bigger
smile, take it. Hey, I'm Milton. How are you? With that, we just do that first. Slap and bump, and then we're rolling. And I've never met you. We've never had a conversation. I don't know anything about you. Then it's a no-gi day. It's like, are you a white belt or are you a black? So I don't. That's me. Look again, and I just blew out my knee, and I'm 47.
What?
That's my excuse. I have a little bit of. I'm a little older, man. I got to wake up. I got to
know you were 47.
Yeah, man. I got to wake up and go to work in the morning. So, I got loads of excuses. But listen, I like to roll hard. Believe me. But that's my little rule, kind of with a visitor. I like to see them roll at least once or twice.
It's a geriatric cop out.
No, yeah,
it's a geriatric cop out.
well.
Shit, I'm 34.
I walked in there, all those guys tried to kill me, man. It was a Shark Tank. I think his name is Adolfo.
Adolfo, yeah. Oh, yeah, Adolfo.
Brown belt, man. I just the weight. He's tough. He's rolling the gi. I think that's all he does, really, man. It's just hard to go in there. I only put the gi on like 3 times that year, and go in there and roll with Adolfo.
Yeah, he's he trains at Fight Sports in Miami, man. That's a Sea of Sharks as well. Those guys, he goes to the pro training down there, and he's done a couple fight to wins. He's done well, but yeah, he's a hard dude to roll with. But even like someone like him, since I know him, I should probably say he knows me, he knows my level, so he'll play with me a little bit, But same thing. Look at that, a new guy. That was the first time you ever rolled with him.
Yeah, first time I ever rolled with him.
He tried to murder you.
It wasn't nice. I've rolled with Fight Sports guys before, even in IBJJF, and I've done great against them. But he was tough.
Yeah, he's a tough dude.
It sucks because he's a brown belt and I'm a black belt. When I went with the other Fight Sports guys, they were brown and brown. I was a brown belt, but I got that black belt, and he made me feel like
he's he's one podium away from having his black belt.
Yeah.
I think Cyborg's basically told him, and he's incredible. I don't think he's gotten a gold at like a major event, and that's what Cyborg's waiting on. I think, not to put him on blast or anything, but I mean he's an incredible competitor. He just he hasn't placed where Cyborg has said, okay, it's time. So, but he's a black belt. We lost you there, Juan. Well, I see you, but it went all the way down. Oh, is that your cable guy?
Yeah. Got it all set up, man.
All right,
Yeah,
cool, man.
cool.
Good for you, man. So you said when's that next fight coming up? You said you just signed another fight. When is that?
Yeah, so it'll be April 30th. I got some time, man. It's good because I fought 3 times in 3 months. I was still having some injuries, a little hand injury and then nose, but I'm getting it all fixed up, and I'll be ready to go April 30th.
Where you go? Is that going to be in the States, or are you traveling down to South America? Okay, Miami.
So they're doing shows in Miami and in San Antonio or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm fighting an Albuquerque guy. I'm excited, man.
What's your toughest fight? Who's been your toughest fight in any of the organizations? Who's been the toughest?
My toughest, man. Honestly, my last few fights have been pretty tough, just because I've gone into these fights with injury, rushing the fights and injured, and the other fights were easier just because honestly, I don't know, man. Every fight you're dealing with something. It's just I think that's the thing about being a fighter. You got to overcome some stuff and adversity, and so I mean every fight's has its own problems and stuff. But
I saw you try to stomp. Who was it? Was it Franklin Morales? Was that the fight where you jumped at the end of the round?
Yeah.
You jumped up, but you tried to stomp on him.
Exactly. It's that fight. My wrist was I was going with this Kazakhstan guy, and he did an Uchimata and threw me. He's just much heavier than me, and landed right on my wrist a few weeks before that fight. So my grips weren't there, and I couldn't grip with my strong hand. And I don't want to make excuses or anything. It's just I couldn't finish him. I got frustrated. I was I got up off the last 10 seconds. I was like, man, I'm gonna get you somehow. I went and just did that little foot stomp, Sakuraba style.
Nice. Bring us back to the Pride days.
Yeah. But then the December fight, Pantoja. I'm sparring Pantoja because he had a fight coming up for UFC, but it got moved to February 6th, so he fights in another week and a half. But sparring him, and he throws a knee and breaks my nose. You can see it is super crooked.
Oh, shit.
But
Damn.
I haven't been able to fix it. I didn't fix it after the fight either. And I just went into that fight not being able to breathe. And when he hit me, my nose just started bleeding. I had to make sure I beat him in other ways. And it's just, part of the game.
Who's the toughest guy out there right now in your weight division? In any organization, who's the guy?
Definitely Daco, the UFC champion, probably him. I'd say Brandon Royval is a BJJ black belt, and he just got injured with his shoulder. But I think he's a really tough dude because he's very crazy on his feet, spinning elbows, stuff like that. And then he's a BJJ black belt, so you take him down, he's going for Kimuras, Gogo Platas, things like that, setting up sweeps and stuff. It's really very dangerous.
Did you guys see the fights this weekend? You see 257? Did you see? Juan, did you see 257?
What'd you think,
What?
man? The diamond.
He's a training partner, right? Do you ever?
Yeah, I see
he
him
trains
all
there
the
at
time,
ATT,
man.
right?
Really nice guy, man.
Yeah.
A really nice guy. Really says what's up. You say what's up. Comes and talks to you. Really cool guy.
That was one of my. I say my heart was with Dustin. My head was with McGregor, but I also said I felt like if. I bet $20 with a friend at work. You know, I took Dustin, so thank you, Dustin. I'll have a couple of beers on you. But what do you like?
I was not expecting that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I didn't expect it to happen like that. I was rooting for Dustin. I said if I felt like if Dustin could take him down, give him a little bit of what Khabib gave him, I felt like he could win. I feel like his jiu-jitsu's. I think everybody's jiu-jitsu is better than Connor's at this point. But
Hey,
I mean,
man, Connor's no slouch.
Well, I mean, I think Juan trains with him. I think you could probably attest to. I think Dustin's probably got better jits than McGregor has ever shown us in the ring, right?
But I think one thing everyone was underestimating was Dustin's hands too. Dustin's a great boxer, and he fights in there with Jorge every day, and he has a lot of experience, man. Like it's one thing like everyone should have took into consideration. Like Connor, he's still very young. Doesn't have as many fights as Dustin. Dustin was in the UFC probably 5, 6, 7 years before Connor was. So he was doing this for a lot longer than he was.
He was getting touched a little bit though too. He got to us. Ooh, Connor comes with that left from deep from back here. You know.
I just think the leg kicks, Conor was not banking on those. He didn't know those were coming, and then they were just highly effective.
Yeah. I mean, that's ultimately, he cut him down. That's ultimately what I think turned that tide a little bit.
But it wasn't the leg. It was like the calf.
Yeah. You could see it. You could see you could even see like it was red, and then you could see like the individual little bruises, like just the little dots that you're like, okay, you could see exactly where the kick was, and those they started to get purple.
Yeah.
So those were some mean kicks, man.
And he couldn't even walk afterwards.
How's Dustin's? Well, is he back? Do they got to quarantine before they come back, or is he back already?
I think they don't have to quarantine after they come back. I think once they do their final tests for the UFC, they're done. They just leave because they're already in the bubble,
Yeah. Okay.
So once they leave the bubble. But, all these restrictions with the COVID, I don't know, like a lot of countries from the UK can't come in, but I think they have a direct charter from there,
Yeah. Well, I guess, the whole Fight Island came about because they wanted to get the international fighters there. So if it's something, all in the U.S., if all the fighters are in the U.S. so they can get an international flight in, then they're doing it here at the Apex. But otherwise, they do it on Fight Island when it's a lot of these international guys, right? And they're just not going to be able to get in. But I think, now Biden's talking about putting restrictions back. Like Trump took off some restrictions from some of the countries, and then Biden put them right back. So now it's going to be like what's happening. But I like this Fight Island thing, man. It's there's been some of the most exciting fights that I've seen, and a lot of guys fighting kind of back to back. Especially you keep on messing Kazakhstan. Those guys from Kazakhstan are beasts, man.
Yeah, man. One of those Kazakhstan guys was fighting my weight class. Man, I actually got the call right after Dominican Republic, and they wanted me to fight the replacement for him in the January card, but they pushed this just back.
That was the UFC. So that would have been the first.
I would have been a replacement for him, but Mick was considering it. But then they just moved the fight back, and yeah.
Is that always on your mind? Like, gotta be ready. Might get that call. I think we lost you there for a second. Oh, can you hear us?
We definitely lost him.
Yeah, we might have lost him.
Frozen Claudia.
Okay, he might have to jump back in. Let's see.
Reconnecting?
Oh. We're still here, Juan, if you're there.
Well, that's the end of the episode.
Hey, thank you for coming, everybody. Welcome back. Let's do one of these. We'll get him back.
Hey, look at that.
Just got to dial back in.
There's two of you.
Hey!
I'm seeing double.
What's up?
You look good, handsome devil.
You're on a delay. You can see yourself turn around.
I told my wife she's responsible for all this gray right here.
Milton, I can't believe you're 47, bro.
47, bro.
I was having lunch with Junior the other day, and it's the same thing. I'm like, I thought you guys were in your late 30s.
He's a baby. My coach is younger than me.
Yeah.
Shit, everybody's younger than me. I'm the oldest guy in my school.
I'm not younger than you.
Huh?
I'm older than you.
Yeah, but you don't train, so you don't matter.
I don't matter.
I like it.
You don't train.
Bo's life
Hey,
don't
that's
matter.
a shirt. That's a shirt.
You don't train, you don't
You
matter.
don't train, so you don't matter.
Oh, man.
Let's hope that
Oh,
Juan
my
dials back in, man.
God.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I sometimes have to purposely throw that into conversations because every once in a while, people forget. They're like, because I act like I'm 12.
Yeah.
You know, especially in the gym, I'm the class clown.
Yeah.
So I think people forget.
Just remember, I'm still
I'm
recording.
19 in my heart.
I hear you.
Just remember, I'm still recording.
That's okay. I figured that. Hey, Juan.
Hold on, guys. Sorry about
What's
that.
up, brother? No worries. We're having a little fun on this side.
Welcome back.
Where did we lose you? What were we talking about?
Man, I can't even recall.
Kazakhstan.
Yeah, Kazakhstan.
Great fights on Fight Island.
No, I think it's the atmosphere there, man. I think people like getting onto like doing traveling and just getting onto an island where Fight Island. I think it just brings it out of the people.
Is it the last two fights? Because I didn't see the one during the week. There was like a fight night during the week, and then there was UFC 257. They had a few thousand people in there though this time. They had a crowd, right? But they're not full, right?
I don't know.
Do you know? Like, it was, at least I don't know how many people fit in that arena.
They had like a what? I forgot what they said. They said a number though, but they're starting to let fans in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's so. I don't know why is Abu Dhabi so much safer? You know.
I don't know, man. Are they doing tests? Are they doing like those, on the spot,
They just have more money.
nose swabs?
They just have more money.
I got a lot of money.
We were talking about the restrictions and stuff. And man, I wanted to go to Costa Rica, but I got to take a test to go down to Costa Rica, and then I got to take a test to come back. And I was like, man, what if I get stuck? What if I get COVID a third time?
Shit.
Get stuck out there.
Damn.
I don't know. With these new the variants that they're talking about, now there's the UK variant, there's the South African variant, there's this variant, it's a little fucking scary.
It's actually normal with flus. That's what happens.
Yeah.
But they're just actually reporting it, which they never do before.
Well, this
So
scares me
now
what he
everyone
just said
scares,
too,
yeah.
which is I caught it and then I caught it again.
You've caught the same flu before.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You'll get the same flu 2, 3, 4 times in your life. So
Now, the heart condition.
yes.
That's what scares me.
Well, yes, you have
I had they hear me talk about this a million times. I had a heart attack like June will be 3 years. So I had 4 stents put in. That's my worry. I'm training. I mean, ever since my knee
It's not even
got
so
better,
much the heart, but what you're taking for it. It's
well,
that medication.
off all my meds.
Right.
I'm only
you
on
are?
I'm only on Lipitor now. I got rid of
yeah?
I was
Congrats.
on 5 different meds. Excuse me. I'm on Lipitor and a baby aspirin every day. That's the so I'm off of a lot of shit that
You're a
was
big
like messing
fucking
with
baby,
my
that's why.
cardio and makes you dizzy when you stand up, like blood thinners, all this crap. Like if I get cut, that shit bleeds for like an hour. Like it was horrible. So I just went off like for the last 2 weeks.
Did you have AFib?
And
or-
blood thinners are for your
No.
heart attack?
Well, so I never had high cholesterol, never had high blood pressure, nothing. And I wound up just having clogged arteries. And I was 80% blocked on my main artery. They call that the widowmaker. So 4 stents, it was so clogged, like right when they clear the plaque, those arteries can collapse. So they put stents in, right? Like mesh stents to keep them open. So I have 2. It was so bad they put 2 in the main artery and then 2 other ones around different places around the heart. So, yeah, man, the meds, my signs that I was having a problem was when I would run up the stairs at work and I'd be like, man, whew, that was, you're out of breath right away on something really small and short. And even though I got the stents, the meds made me feel like that still till I just went off of them. And now I can feel like I can run up the stairs and not be like, whew, that's, But with jiu-jitsu, like the warm-ups kill me. Like somebody else telling me, do this, go this, do sit-ups. But when I roll, because I'm a bigger guy, I'm like 235, and I can control the pace. Most of the guys are smaller than me. If I'm on top, I can control the pace and take some breath. One of the things I learned from Kinney way back was doing like almost like a Lamaze breathing. If I was out of breath, like deep into a roll, like people like, are you okay? Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'm all right. I'm just, but doing that helped me. Like little things like that I learned while I was on the meds, and even now that I'm coming off, I can just feel it being different. But anyway, so that was rough. So, we were talking about age when you cut out there. We were talking about age. Sometimes I got to remind people, like these guys are. I got 19-year-olds that are taking like doing one roll and taking a rest, and then they do another roll and take a rest, sit at the wall, and I'm like doing almost all of them whenever I can. And when I do sit, I got to like remind people, like, listen, I got fucking heart condition and I'm 47. Give me a minute. Like I hate telling a black belt, like you're not supposed to tell a black belt, like no, right? A black belt calls you out, you're supposed to go, right? You're supposed to come to me. And sometimes I have to be like, listen, unless you know CPR, I really got to sit for one. I'll roll with you on the next one. So that's just been my life. But I already feel the difference without the meds, that I can get, my cardio is coming back. Yeah, I think with the dropping a few pounds will help too, but I'm kind of back to it. But anyway, enough about me. So you're the guest. But do you want family, girlfriend, family here?
Man, no girlfriend. My family's mostly in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Got some family in West Palm, my pops, but yeah, man. I actually moved down here engaged, but things don't work out, and I've been living a single life in Florida. South Florida, I think, is perfect for that. So.
Yeah. I don't know anything about that.
I do.
I asked that question to ask, like, how supportive is your family, with your MMA and the fighting? I know a lot of times, I know moms and girlfriends don't usually love this.
Hey, man. Actually, my mom is like my biggest fan. She got into it in wrestling, man. Like I remember winning my state title. They took a picture. She was on the front page of the newspaper because she was like with her pom poms, like yelling. Was,
nice.
Like, Mom, I was like, I'm winning the state championship, and you're like making the papers. Like, what's going on? She's an awesome fan, and she supports me big time, man. I'm 33 years old, so she's just happy to see me do what I love to do. But, hey, man, I got a few years left, and then I gotta move on. But hey, she supports me big time, and she studies my opponent. She's like, hey, you better work on your boxing. You better work on your jiu-jitsu, stuff like that. So it's like, yeah, Mom, okay, whatever.
What is that plan after MMA? What do you have? I want to open a school. I want to start cornering guys. Like, what are your thoughts?
Man, I want to compete jiu-jitsu, work on my jiu-jitsu a little bit, and then I'll open up. I want to open up a gym in Colombia. I'm like their first male world champion, so when I go there, I get people always want to come and roll with me and train with me. So I think if open up like a little gym, women's kickboxing, nice facility, good jiu-jitsu, I think people will start coming.
Yeah.
But
born there here. Where were you born?
I was born here. Yeah, man. I don't know. Like, I maybe want to like have a little job working computer, and then have my own little gym there. Doing my own thing.
Yeah.
Not killing myself too much, but we'll see, man. I have a plan. I don't plan on stopping competing. It's in my blood. It's my heart. I love it. I love to compete. I love that one-on-one combat. I love that challenge.
Give us some advice. Like if there's we got a lot of younger kids that listen to the show, people that want to get into MMA. Advice: do it, don't do it, stay away, follow your dream.
Do it, man. It helps build character. Jiu-jitsu, MMA, whatever you do, all wrestling, it all is gonna build character. It's like something that I don't know, really mentally made me so tough. I don't know if I really had such security before, but now I feel much more confident, much more self-esteem. And also just, I don't know. I think, it's don't do it if it's burning you out. Take your time, take your breaks. But yeah, man, I think it's, I don't know. Also, I'm just a real small guy, so if maybe football or something else doesn't work out, hey, this.
Oh, we lost him.
You froze again. Give it a second. There you go. You froze. Go ahead.
It's weighted, so it's like if football or something else basketball doesn't work out, you can always try this, and so I don't know. Advice for people that are already in it, man: stay tough, stay dedicated, stay consistent. If you're losing, keep your head up, man. I lost 2 fights in a row, and now I'm on a 10-fight win streak. So, as just says, you try to stay consistent.
And for us that are getting up there, in our mid-30s, how do you stay healthy? What do you do?
I never stopped working out. I realized, man, if I now like I used to be able to recover quick. I'd go to a beach, drinking, partying with my friends. I'd recover in 2 days. Now it takes like weeks to get in shape. I think the biggest thing is just staying, like I said, staying consistent, staying always working out. Stretching a lot, I think, has been big in my 30s now. Maybe back's getting tight, you know.
What about like vitamins? Like, do you take anything specific?
So supplements.
Yeah.
A lot of BCAAs, a lot of glutamine, a lot of. I've been taking creatine, man. I know it's like kind of puts on weight, but it also puts like water in my muscles, like helps a little bit. And I feel like that helps me out a little bit with my mobility and my strength and stuff. So, hey, but BCAAs for recovery, some glutamine, you know, all that good stuff. I take all that. I love it.
What's your along those lines? What's your typical recovery time after a fight? Do you normally I'm taking 2 weeks off, or are you someone who's back in the gym the next day?
Like I said, man, it's like it's the way I am. I love to train. My lifestyle is to like train. I train when I'm on vacation, but I'll take like a week off to literally.
Yeah.
On the beach.
You cut out there again. You cut out there again. Go back. You said you after a fight. What do you do?
I don't know if you've seen, but after almost every fight I have, I'm always on a beach or somewhere.
I saw you with your hat and your fruity drink.
Hey man, I gotta go after I stay so consistent. So I work so hard and make so many sacrifices. Like I never get to go out and party or hang out. So I get my little Coco Loco and sit on the beach and and just relax for a few days. But then I get back to hard work right after that. You know. I think it's very important. Everyone does that, even at our age. You know, got to take a little break, a little rejuvenation, a little breather after all that. It's a lot of stress, man. I'm telling you, y'all don't understand. Like making the weight, then almost every guy I fight talks so much smack, and it's like so much in your head, and it's just like
How do you deal with that? Do you stay on? Are you a heavy on social media? I know I've communicated with you a lot through Instagram. But how do you stay focused with this new? For me, I call it new. For you guys, a little bit younger than me, I mean, you grew up with this. This is just completely normal, right? Your whole life is on the internet.
Well, actually, man, when I grew up, my life wasn't on the internet. No. And this is big. Like when I was starting to not, I would say 23, 24. I kind of invested in it, but I realized, man, as I've gotten older, I gotta quit posting so much on social media because you put a lot more pressure on yourself. To be honest, I don't know. It's just I've tried to kind of relax a little bit on it, but because I feel a lot of pressure now. So I just feel like maybe if I don't post as much, I won't feel as much pressure. But always the fight week of I'm always posting weigh-ins and stuff like that. That's just to get people motivated and stuff. But really in my head, right when they say Puerta, you're up, you're like, what the hell am I doing? I should have been a doctor.
I hear that.
I think about that. I've had those moments in my life at certain points. What am I doing? I've always had a business. I've always had something on the side. I have a regular gig during the day. I do the podcast on the side, but sometimes we're setting up over here and I'm like, what am I doing? But I mean, it's working. It's working. It's becoming successful. As far as going back to the social media, I like Rogan's advice is post and ghost. He posts and he does not get into the comments. He doesn't go back looking. I'm letting you guys know what's going on and what I'm doing. And he doesn't comment. He doesn't interact. He follows only people that are positive, but he calls it posting and ghosting. So that's probably some of the best advice I think from a fighter standpoint that I've heard.
I think that's probably the best thing. I think you make a post, you maybe some posts are even for approval. I think you got to quit worrying about what people are gonna think and people are saying and stuff like that. Especially when you get to those levels like them, like Joe Rogan and them, man. Connor has probably so much people talk smack to him or things like that.
Yeah, you can't get into those battles. I mean, we've had it with the show on just the smallest scale. Like somebody will say something really stupid on YouTube. It's usually on YouTube comments. Because you can hide a little bit more on YouTube because you can have a YouTube channel and have your handle and you never use your Gmail. There's no picture. You don't have to put your presence out there. You don't have to say who you are. Instagram, Facebook, it's a little bit harder. But
a lot more keyboard warriors on YouTube.
Yeah, we've had it on a small scale. Luckily, we've got a lot of good feedback, but every once in a while, somebody will say something really stupid, and I wasn't answering it. You know who answered? Miguel. Miguel loves to go in. Miguel, everything that comes out of Miguel, I don't know how well you know him. If you've seen the show, like he is
smart ass.
He's smart ass. He's smart ass, but he's so fucking funny. There's stuff that comes out of his mouth sometimes. It's why we asked him on the show. I went to a tournament. We went to see a Jits King event. He came down, and I bought a table. He came down. I brought everybody down, and in the car ride back, and we weren't even drunk or anything. He was just dropping. He was just joking. And Mauricio, one of the guys from the show, was like, he messaged me the next day. He's like, you got to have him on the show. You got to make him part of the show. And we did, and he's been with us pretty much ever since. So,
good guy, man.
Yeah, man. But yeah, so he gets into the comments. So like, I know if I don't say anything, he gets in there, but he usually says something funny to what sometimes was like, look at these guys. To me, look at this guy. He's trying to be Joe Rogan. And he was just in there like, and what's so bad about that? Yeah. And me, I was just like, I'm going to ignore it. I don't even delete them anymore. I just ignore it. I just don't even say anything. But
Exactly.
all right, listen, we got a little speed round of questions. These are common questions that we'll ask kind of almost every guest, so we get a little take. I call it a speed round. You can elaborate as much as you want, but we usually just let you run with these. So if you could go back in time, what would you tell the white belt you? I mean, the moment before you step on the mat for the first time to train, what would you tell yourself?
Drill more, not go so much live. Drillers makes killers.
Yeah.
Don't worry about live. Try to drill more.
I think we agree with that, right?
Yeah.
Yep. All right. What's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you on the mat or in the ring?
This guy this pissed me off. I was going for a takedown, and this guy tries to save the takedown and goes reach around. Fingers go right in my butt.
Oil check. The oil check.
Give up position and the takedown. It just, I don't know. It was just, it sticks with in your head for like 15 seconds after. Like, this motherfucker.
He violated you.
I'm lucky enough that that's never happened to me yet. So.
There's time.
All right. So, yeah, right. Yeah, still young. Sweetest win ever.
Man, I'd have to say the knockout against Ballard. Talks smack months before, and then shows up at Wayne's, pushes me, and I know he's a little midget and stuff, but to be like losing the fight, or I mean, I thought I was 1-1, but to have such a close fight and then to win by a knockout like that, it was a pretty great feeling. It's always good to win those grudge matches.
Do you feel like we see a lot of fighters, even the guy like use like a Diaz, McGregor, or just some of these fights where they talk so much smack and then they're hugging at the end of the fight. I mean, do you really feel at that moment, is it more about the buildup and you're okay with the smack, and at that moment you can let it all go? Is it just like respect? What is it like in that moment?
Man, I'm almost like the Nick Diaz kind of style, man. You signed the contract, you're going in there to hurt me. I'm not your friend. Don't be my friend afterwards or before. Don't try to come shake my hand. Don't try to come hug me and talk to me. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to shake your hand. You're coming to fight me. This is business. So that's how I handle it. I don't know. I've always been like that. It's not a chip on my shoulder. It's just, I just gotta, stay focused and when it comes down to it, I don't know.
Is it kind of like you have to hate that person? Do you have to hate that person to?
I don't have to hate him. It's just I don't. Don't come and be friendly with me. I don't hate you. Just don't we're gonna go in there and I'm gonna be face to face and we're gonna be rocking each other. Don't try to be my friend. And there, I don't know. We can be friends after I beat you, but that's it.
How about in a jiu-jitsu tournament, Drew? Do you, when you're facing somebody, do you have to? Is there an element of anger? Do you have to feel angry, or do you go in there, smiles and?
Nah, me, I'm always smiling, but I play around and shit up until I'm about to walk on, or if we're facing each other, if we're facing each other and the announcer's calling our name, I'm staring at you, and there's usually that point where they don't want to stare at me, they look away and shit, but yeah.
He goes for intimidation. He's
I know, like in like if I've
But I don't
had
have to hate the dude or be mad or anything like that.
I haven't done a ton of tournaments, but when I've done it, I do have to get myself into a little space where I'm angry. So I almost always trick myself into thinking that this person's going to hurt my family. That's usually that's my little trigger. So I'm in my mind, I'm like, this guy wants to hurt my daughters. This guy wants to hurt my wife.
You go full rat.
But in that moment, I don't need it to do it in a build up to an event. I'm very calm, but in the back of my mind, that's what I've done. I did the same thing when I've had like street fights. I'm like I have to get myself to be even more angry, and I've got to envision in my mind that person hurting my family. Not me, but my family. That usually sets me off in a way. Like I'm a very protective person of my family as it is. So if I see somebody doing to a friend or someone I love, I'm usually the first one in there, regardless of what the situation is, to say something.
Exactly.
That's usually my mindset. I feel like I have to have that switch so that I'll go a little harder.
Everyone's got to have their triggers, and everyone has their tendencies and their ways of like going into a fight or a match or whatever. But I don't know. If you see me, I'm like a lion. I pace back and forth. I tell myself, man, this guy is not going to take everything I work for. Guy's trying to kill you. Yeah. I'm trying to kill him. That's it.
All right. Biggest regret in your career? Is there one? What's the biggest regret that you think you've had?
When I was 7-3, Bellator offered me 10-10, and I turned it down because I thought that I should have waited for a better opportunity. And I think that when money comes, you got to take it. I think don't wait for other opportunities. I never saw that chance to get a 10-10. I just now started getting 10-10 contracts, and
does that mean 10 to show, 10 if you win? 10 grand if you show, 10 grand if you win?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, to get that as a 7-3 fighter, I should have taken that. I regret that big time. I take the money when it comes, and you'll see your worth as you go on. But man, I don't know. I went on fighting for like 1,500 the fight after that, and didn't go my way. So I should have took the 10-10.
Have you? So go ahead. Sorry.
No.
Oh, so. Has Bellator ever come back again, or is it kind of like we're not coming back. We'll only knock once.
I think now I'm in a point in our career where I don't want to fight 35. I want to fight 25. But Bellator, hey, I don't want different journey now. But I should have taken it then. Yeah,
but I mean, is there a little part of you that feels like I'm a everything happens for a reason kind of person? So. If you're a good person, I think good things happen for you. Sometimes you walk away from something like that. Do you think that you'll get a better deal? If you would have been locked into Bellator and then UFC came knocking, but you're locked into a contract, do you think about it in those terms as well?
Yeah, maybe I would have went on and beat that kid, or would have went a different direction. I've had a tough MMA journey, but man, I've overcome a lot. But I wish Mick would see that. But hey, man, I think we're close.
Yeah,
you got to keep going. I think we're really close. We went over Joby Sanchez on April 30th. If I don't get the call before then, I think we'll solidify everything.
Good. All right. Well, good luck with that fight. I got one last question for you. I call this one of the most important questions that you can answer as a jiu-jitsu practitioner specifically. Do you or do you not wash your belt?
I wash it once every 2 weeks.
There you go. There's a belt washer. That's a belt washer. We usually flash on the screen at this point. You'll see it in post-production. It's going to say Team Wash Your Belt. Thank you very much.
Your belt.
Drew,
Bro,
you're not a belt washer?
No. You can wash off all the technique, bro.
No. All that knowledge.
All the knowledge is going to go away.
We've been having that debate since we started. I'm a belt washer every time I train. I come in. Downstairs, I throw everything in the laundry. I throw everything in the wash, and I wash it every time now.
Your belt's all faded?
I used to wash it every other, maybe once a week. I have 2 belts now, so I just switch back and forth.
So your belts are all faded? It makes you look cool? Makes you feel cool?
I never thought about that. That people said, I want it to fade. I wanted to see the sweat and that color fading is from me training, not from it being white. I never even thought that. That wasn't even a thought in my head ever until Jacob the Bull Brown. Jacob the Bull Brown,
cool kid.
A friend of ours out in California. He's been on the show. He's done some stuff with us a few times. He he explained it the best out of anyone that I've ever asked that question. He was just like, I didn't want it to fade. Like everybody else was like, the knowledge and you're washing off the bullshit. He said, I don't want it to fade. I want it to fade because of my training. I don't want it to fade because I watch. I can respect that. But everybody else with this knowledge crap, I'm like, come on, you know?
Mojo.
But all right,
mojo.
so
There was a time I wore like the same competition underwear for a while.
without watching it.
Yeah, no, I watched it.
Nah, he didn't watch it. He didn't watch it.
Like, wait a minute, wait. You watched it or you didn't watch it?
Nah, he didn't
No, I
watch it.
definitely watched it.
That was
but
a secret powers.
those
Are you superstitious like that? Do you have like those kind of like those?
I was for a time. Now I'm a little different. I like the same routines before my fight. I like to go into the cage before, like kneel in the middle and like look up and kind of feel it all around. And I do the same routines.
What about off the mat? What do you have any rituals that you go through before?
No, not when I'm training or anything like that, or competition. In competition, I'm always just like, in a line when I step on the mat, but
Cool.
pacing and stuff. That's it, man. But yeah, thanks, man.
All right, so let's give you a moment to you want to give any shout outs, gym sponsors, anybody you want to say hello to? This is your time.
Man, just American Top Team for having me. Rubesy Management, Titan for helping me with my career in MMA, and that's it. Thank you guys for having me on.
I appreciate you coming out, man.
It's an honor. I hope I see y'all soon.
Social media handle. What's the best place? Where do you like people to reach out if they do want to hit you up?
It's Lead Feather MMA on Twitter and on Instagram. So just hit me up there, man. Give me a follow.
We'll put it on the screen too. We'll put it on the screen today.
Excellent, man. I'll try to start posting maybe some like jiu-jitsu techniques or something. I've been thinking about doing that kind of stuff.
All right, yeah, tag us. We'll repost. All right, brother. Listen, man, we appreciate it. Good luck in your next fight, and we'll talk to you guys soon, man. All right, brother?
Excellent, bro. Thank you.
All right, man.
Appreciate
Good luck,
it, Drew.
bro.
Thank you, bro. Talk to
man.
you later, guys.
Take care, man. Thank you.
Later, bro.
All right. Good guy, man.
Yeah, no, it's
Right?
dope.
All right, so we're gonna go over.
so-
Let me get rid of that. Let me put up the logo scroll. So we're still gonna talk about a couple of things. We're gonna do some housekeeping, and then we'll do what we said before. All right. So very cool dude, man. I'm fucking impressed. He's got a good mindset, good outlook on things, man. Yeah. Well, before we do anything, let's talk a little bit more about the gym.
All right,
So. Let them know where you're at again. I don't know if you gave out the address or at least the city.
So it's the A&M Jiu-Jitsu, and it's our handles are at A&M BJJ.
Okay.
And we're running the school out of Hard Knocks 365. So where all the pros were, like a bunch of UFC fighters were there.
Where? What city?
Oh, Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale. Okay.
Yeah, it's off of 95 in Commercial, right next to Extreme Action Park.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a beautiful facility.
And I think you mentioned to me you're not just doing jiu-jitsu classes anymore. You're starting to train MMA guys too.
Yeah, the MMA guys started to come into the jiu-jitsu classes, and then they started asking me to corner them.
Okay.
So it made me have to learn jiu-jitsu for MMA. So
Okay.
it's nice because I get to take the jiu-jitsu and then learn new stuff with it. So it just keeps me engaged.
It's like Eddie Bravo style, man, right? Like 10th Planet came about with him trying to create something for the cage, right?
Yeah. So it's just like learning jiu-jitsu for when you're punched in the face. You know what I mean? But no, it's pretty cool.
So classes, times, if people want to come in and just pop in and check out some training.
Yeah. Well, first of all, if you go on at A&M BJJ, on the highlights there's a schedule there.
Okay.
But just so you know, we do Monday 7:30 p.m. no gi, then we do Thursday gi 7:30, and then Saturday Sunday is at 12.
Okay.
Sunday is open mat, and Saturday is a no gi class.
All right. Awesome.
and we
Get
gotta
out there, people.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do a little housekeeping. So we've got our new GoFundMe up for the foundation, right? We're going to be awarding our next one-year scholarship to either a veteran or a first responder. So just whether you're listening on an app or you're on YouTube, just get over to the description and you can see the link there to it's a charity.gofundme. It'll take you to the right place. If you are more of an Instagram and Facebook person, you can actually donate from our Instagram and Facebook pages. There are donate buttons now that they allow us to put up on the site. So you can check out our Instagram at the JJD Foundation, or on Facebook. Just type it all out. Facebook.com/The Jiu-Jitsu Dummies Foundation. Again, donate right at the top. Special thank you, as always, to David Kaidash from High Road BJJ and High Road Revolution. Huge supporter of the foundation. He also awarded our $100 Patreon giveaway for December. He actually put up the prizes. So we appreciate all your help, Dave. Check out the podcast store at jujitsudummies.shop. You get 15% off with code JJD. Rash guards, tees, face shields, backpacks, coffee mugs, all of our podcast stuff, all of our foundation gear as well. Last but not least, you can support us. You can support the foundation by switching your Amazon account over to Amazon Smile. You just have to go into the settings, check out our social media. We have the directions on Instagram, but a little piece. Everything is the same. You're buying the same products. You're doing the same thing. You're checking out the same way. They just donate a little tiny percentage of every purchase to the foundation of your choice. Nice. Hopefully you choose us. Again, you can go to our Instagram at Jiu-Jitsu Dummies. For instructions, you just click the link tree right under our profile, and it'll take you to all the ways you can work with us or support. Okay, Drew, any other than the gym Instagram, any other handles that you want to put out there for people to follow you?
I mean, Drew DRU_Phoenix PHOENIX.
Okay,
hit me up on Instagram.
All right, and I'm at Uncle Milty BJJ on Instagram. Bo, you want to give Left Handy out? You can check out Bo.
It's handy_wisdom on Instagram.
Go check it out. It's real funny. He puts out some good stuff. All right, people. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. What are we doing? We're actually leaving from this. We're gonna take a little break, and then we're actually gonna film another episode today. Yeah. So we'll be our next episode. We're gonna be with Brandon McCatherine. He's a 10th Planet BJJ black belt. So that's episode 36. So check that out after you checked out this one. Peace, everybody. Take care. Os.
Os.
Woo.